Good evening. I'd like to thank everyone for joining tonight's show for good news and interviews. I'm Forrest Lee, and I would like to thank last week's guest, Miss Alexis Weeks, the cheer sponsor for Charles Henderson High School, and Miss Khadijah Neely, the head softball coach at Charles Henderson High School, for being on the show. Tonight we have two special guests. The first guest will be Don Moore. He's the new athletic director and head football coach at Goshen High School in Goshen, Alabama. And we have Tucker Park, the lead singer of the Park Band. But I'd like to lead out tonight's show with some news that I read just a few minutes ago, that Coach Mark Smart, the head coach at Troy University, and Troy University have mutually decided that he will step down as the head baseball coach. He will be the special advisor to the athletic department here at Troy University, but I'd like to thank Coach Smart and his family, Debbie and Taylor and their daughter Taylor and their son Chase, for what they've given to Troy University the past several years. He's played at Troy University, was on a couple of national championships. He's coached, he played under Chase Riddle, one of the best of all time, and he was on staff with Bobby Pierce. And I want to thank Mark for what he's done for Troy University and the new adventure and new steps that he'll be taking for Troy University. I'd like to, first of all, thank all my sponsors. I want to thank Signature Hair Designs, Miss Shirley Ellis and Casey and all the staff there at Signature Hair Designs. They're located on South Brundage Street. Also, Billy and Kevin Flowers, Flowers Realty. They'll put flowers in your yard when you get ready to sell your home or your business or land or whatever. You can call them at 635-2043. I'd like to thank the Chicken Shack of Luverne, Alabama. They're one of the 4 finalists, along with Crow's Chicken, as the best chicken fingers in the state of Alabama. And I concur. I split my vote in half for Crow's, half for the Chicken Shack. I'm a favorite of both of them. That's Crow's in Brundage, Miss Gibson, Miss Patsy Gibson. Also, Piggly Wiggly, Steve and Jennifer Garrett. They have 2 locations, one on North 39th Street and one on 231. Bryant Smith of State Farm Insurance, located here on South Brundage Street. You can call them at 566-5433. Jennifer at Sticky Frogs for all your sign needs and all your T-shirts and stickers. Go see Jennifer at Sticky Frogs. Brundage Country Club, located on Sarah Lott Boulevard in Brundage, Alabama. They're open for business Tuesday through Sunday. Home Gallery, David and Sherry Hams, located on Love Street, I believe. Flat Tops and Fiddles, Mr. Don Brown, want to thank him, and Lenny Trawick. Lenny, is a longtime musician here in this area, and he gives guitar lessons there at Flat Tops and Fiddles on the Square. I'd like to thank my daughter, Abby Lee. She has a photography business. You can go to abbyleephotography.co to get up with her. Whaley Pecans, Mr. Bob and Mary Whaley, and I want to thank them for being a sponsor. If I'm cooking, I'm going to use Whaley Pecans. If it's a pecan pie or whatever, and I love salted pecans, and I have a recipe for that. Joe Watson, Bird Drugs, one of my favorite places to have breakfast. I had breakfast this morning, and you got to try that bacon, best in America. Mr. Shear Qualls and Douglas Brothers, they've been in business here in Troy for over 150 years. Go see them. Father's Day was just around the corner, but you can get a lot of nice gifts for upcoming anniversaries or special occasions. There's bridal registries located there. Also want to thank the Pond Stalker 2, Mr. Jet Trotter and Jim Mullis for their sponsorship. They have the Pond Buddy, which is a fertilizer. It's a new product out. Campbell's Produce, located on 231 South. Go see them for all your fresh vegetable needs. Kelly Tires, located on Love Street. See Rex. His number is 566-1430. 4th of July is this weekend, and You need a new grill, go see Southern Grill and Patio, the Hartley brothers, Chase and Daniel. Their number is 770-0575. They're located on 600 North 3 Knott Street, also in the same building as Town and Country Flooring. The Old Barn Restaurant, located in Goshen, Alabama. Their number is 484-3200. They're open Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night, and they're open for Sunday dinner. Wallace Pump and Supply, go see the Wallace Brothers on 231 South. Their number is 735-2338 for all your pipe and water needs and things of that nature. I'd like to thank Troy Paint and Body, Dawn and Derek Broadway. They're also located here on South Brundage Street for all your collision. If you have a collision or if you need a record service, you can call them at 670-9699. Chimney Hot Sauces. I love basting my wings with these and baking them in the oven or putting them on the grill. This is the jalapeno hot sauce, and you'll see the commercial here in just a few minutes where they're leaping into Lake Martin off of, I guess it's the Chimney Rock, what they call it. But this is another brand, the Chimney Rock sauce, Chimney Rock hot sauce. Take the leap. And you see their logo there on the screen at www.chimneysauce.com. You can order it and you'll have it at home within a day or two. Also would like to thank Pike Farmers Co-op. They have locations in Goshen, Alabama, and Troy. See Jeffrey here in Troy, or see Mr. Danny Durrell in Goshen, Alabama for all your co-op needs. Seed, feed, you name it, you can find it there. The Alabama Army National Guard, Brandon Walker or Staff Sergeant Kaylee Hoft, you can contact them at 546-6700, or you can go by George Wallace Drive. The National Guard Armory is located there. Big plug out, I was in the Guard for 21 years. You meet a plethora, a lot of friends that you'll have for a lifetime. There's a lot of nice benefits. And of course, most importantly, you get to serve your country. This is the 4th of July coming up. So veterans and their families who've given their life or who are serving now or who have served, it holds a special place in my heart. My dad was a veteran, Korean War, Navy, also the Air Force. My brother Kenny was in the United States Marine Corps, and also he retired out of the Alabama Army National Guard. And all my uncles, all my daddy's brothers, they were in the service for many, many years combined. Also would like to thank Premier Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Troy, Alabama, Jason Gregory and his staff. If you need a new vehicle or a used vehicle, go see their staff, located on US 231 North. Golden Boys, located on the Henderson Highway. They're going through a big expansion. They produce a lot of products, so they can a lot of products and peanut butter for major corporations. And they also have trail mix that they package here in Troy, Alabama. They have plenty of job openings coming up. Contact Golden Boy, go to their website. We would like to thank Robert Jacobs and his staff for being a sponsor as well. Also, I want to thank Troy Bank and Trust Company. They have 14 locations, and just a personal note, when I was 17 years old, I took out my first note. My granddaddy, Lewis McLeod, co-signed with me. Mr. Frank McClure was a loan officer, and I bought a 1971 LTD for $800, and I still wish I had it, but I don't. But Troy Bank and Trust for all your banking needs. See them. You can call them at 566-4000, and they'll put you in touch with the right person. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick break at this time, and we'll be back in just a minute with the head football coach from Goshen High School, Coach Don Moore.
A personal touch, a high level of trust, whether it's checking and savings accounts, personal or business loans, or our local friendly service. That's what Troy Bank and Trust customers expect. But now we offer more. Free identity theft protection for our new and existing customers, protecting your family's time, money, and good name from identity theft. Because protecting your identity is now a big part of our identity.
Attention! Attention! PremierTroy.com. We want your trade. We'll buy your car. Whether you purchase a vehicle from us or not. Pre-owned car values are at an all-time high. Trade your car for cash or a newer vehicle. It's your choice. Premier wants your car. Nobody beats a Premier deal. Nobody!
If you've had an accident or just want a new look for your vehicle, come see us at Troy Paint and Body, where we do it right the first time. Our staff has more than 100 years combined experience and can handle repairs and paint work on any make or model. We also offer a lifetime guarantee as long as you own your vehicle. Now that shows we stand behind our work. And our 24-hour towing service means we're here when you need us. So come see us at Troy Paint and Body, located on South Brundage Street in Troy beside the post office. Troy Paint and Body, where we may meet by accident, but you'll be glad we did.
Troy Cable is the leader in smart home security, giving you solutions to monitor, protect, and automate your home. Troy Cable Security keeps your property safe with 24/7 professional monitoring and emergency response. Control thermostats and lighting remotely, which allow options for saving energy and money. Control access to your home remotely with integrated controls for door locks. You can even add our smart home cameras, which allow you to see what you care about instantly. Troy Cable Security. You love them, protect them.
Where should you go to find the best deals on a vehicle? Anywhere, anytime? PremierTroy.com. Shop our huge selection. PremierTroy.com. Pick your next vehicle. Pick your payment. Yes. Shop, save, and buy. PremierTroy.com. Nobody beats a Premier deal. Nobody.
A personal touch, a high level of trust.
Welcome back to Good News and Interviews. I'm Forrest Lee, and on the set we have Don Moore. Don's the athletic director and head football coach at Goshen High School, just recently named. Thank you for coming, yes, Coach, and congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
First of all, Coach, your hometown and your high school.
Yes, sir. Well, I went to, not a lot of people know where it's at. It's in Monroe County, so I normally just say that. But it's Frisco City. They're actually no longer a school anymore. They closed down, 15 years ago, maybe 12 years ago, something like that.
So who did they absorb to? Were y'all like 1A at the time?
Yes, sir, we were. They kind of took the kids and kind of split them. Some of them went to XL, some of them went to J.U. Blacksher, okay, and some of them went to Monroe County High School.
Okay, so y'all were 1A. Who was the head? Who were some of your head coaches there at? I guess you assume you played football.
Yes, sir, of course.
Everything that they rolled out on the court.
Just about. Ronnie Dollar was my head coach for a while. Then Joey Jones came in after him on my senior year.
Joey Jones that played at University of Alabama?
No, sir.
Oh, that's a different Joey Jones.
Yes, sir.
But Coach Dollar now is back in coaching. Where is he coaching?
He's at Headland.
He's at Headland High School.
Sir.
Is that a 5A or?
It is.
5A. Well, he's back
They're in Charles Henderson's region.
Okay. So what year did you graduate, Coach?
I graduated high school in 2000.
2000. And after graduation, what did you?
Well, I went to. Ironically, I wasn't real sure if I wanted to go to college. And I just didn't think it was for me at the time, so I went into I got a leadership scholarship at Ed Reed Technical College in Evergreen, and I went there and got my my industrial electrician and electronics degree. Worked, and then got a job and worked for a couple of years doing that, and did some other things. And I worked construction, and I just didn't like what I was doing at the time, and I didn't like being gone all the time, because my dad worked construction and he was, always gone a lot. And I just remember that growing up, and I didn't want to go down that road knowing that I one day wanted to have a family and all.
Yeah. Is your mother and daddy still living, Coach?
Yes, sir, they are.
And they still live?
Well, actually, they live in Mississippi now.
What part of Mississippi?
Quitman,
Quitman,
which is about 30 minutes from Meridian.
Okay. So are they any one of them originally from Mississippi, or they?
No, sir, but my grandfather on my dad's side moved there, and whenever he passed away, my dad went back and because he inherited all their land and everything like that. So.
All right. Let's see, Coach. Then you decided to come to Troy University.
Yes, sir.
But before you came to Troy, you did a semester where of school? Didn't you take a?
Oh, yes, sir. I went to it was Alabama Southern at the time.
Okay.
In Monroe County, in Monroeville.
And then you came to Troy.
Yes, sir.
And then you got your degree in what?
And I got a Bachelor's of Science in Health and Physical Education.
Okay. Did you get a minor? Was there a minor involved?
No, sir. It was like a double major.
Then when you graduated from Troy University, then what are some jobs that you've had before you were hired at Goshen? What's the path that you took to get before you got to Goshen?
Well, while I was still in college, a buddy of mine was volunteering out at Goshen while he was still going to school.
What was his name, Coach?
Simon Lars.
Okay.
And, he said, would you be willing to come out there and volunteer? And I said, yeah, sure, I'd love to do it. So I started with Coach Snyder on the junior varsity.
Okay.
And coached there for a year or so, and then I turned around and when I graduated, I interned there, and I helped out.
Did you intern under him or Coach Warwick?
Under him.
Under Coach Bart Snyder?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I know Bart. Know all the Snyder.
And then after that, I graduated, and they had a PE spot open at the elementary school because I had interned there as well. And Miss Corley, Miss Wanda Corley, she called me and offered me, a job, and I took it. And then my first, paid coaching assistant job was under Coach Snyder.
Okay. And then besides football, what did you coach? Did you coach another sport that year?
Yes, sir, I did baseball.
Baseball. Were you the head baseball coach?
No, sir. I was under Robbie Kinsall.
Okay. So after you were at the Goshen Elementary for how many years?
1 year.
And then where was your next step?
Then I went to Pike County.
Okay.
And I was at Pike County Elementary for a year, and I was a head baseball coach there when Fred Holland was there.
Okay. And
then I moved and went to, still lived here in Troy, but went to Dale County to be the defense coordinator and assistant head coach.
Okay. Head football coach. Did you have another sport that you had to coach while you were at Dale County besides football?
No, sir.
Okay.
I was the assistant coach at the time. I was the defense coordinator and assistant head coach under Pate Harrison.
Okay.
That was at Goshen at the time, and he was the defense coordinator, and I was the defensive line coach for him.
Then you were assistant for how many years there at Daleville?
Ooh,
this is Daleville or Dale
County?
Dale County.
They had a lot of people confused it. I don't see how they ever did it, but I'm sure the people at Midland City.
Yeah, they know.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, if any viewers out there.
We went on and I coached. Later on, I coached golf there, but I think I was an assistant there I was there for 9 years, so 7 years as 6 years as an assistant.
Okay.
And then I took over when Coach Harrison left, and he went to Elba, and then I took over for him afterwards.
Okay. So you were the head coach at Dale County.
Yes, sir.
For 3 years.
Yes, sir.
Coach, this is not on the sheet, but I was going to ask you a question. A few years ago, y'all had a player that got sick or passed out at practice.
Yes, sir.
And can you just kind of touch base with some of the basics or the importance of having, what do they call it, AED?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
It's always a little emotional when I talk about it because it's something that I don't ever want anybody to ever have to go through,
right.
Especially the player, but as a coach as well, it's probably the scariest moment I've ever had in my life.
But I know we have them. When I was teaching at the elementary school, we had one at our access, and it's probably a requirement in the state of Alabama that each school has one. And those devices are. I know we have one at the Pike County Lake when I worked there.
Yes, sir.
And I work part-time at the golf course in Brundage, and I wish we had one there because, we have a lot of elderly people that play from time to time.
Yes, sir.
And you just never know when you might need that. You wouldn't expect a young kid to have it,
right.
But for that particular, it
was, if it wasn't for that, he wouldn't be here today.
Right. Yeah.
So.
Well, anyway, Coach, I was going to ask you now, in your, you've been teaching and coaching for about 13 or so years,
yes, sir.
Is that right? Now, who are some of the people in your life that kind of inspired you to coach and teach and all that?
It's really, only maybe a handful of people. First and foremost, I'd probably say, my parents, I was very lucky. They gave me some time to figure out what I wanted to do. And they were there to help support me a little bit when I first got going at Troy and everything. But really and truly, I just, while I was working, as in construction and all, I talked to my brother a lot. And
is he older?
Yes, sir. He's my older brother. And he's a teacher and a coach.
Where does he teach?
He's now.
Where does he teach and coach at? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's all right. He's now in T.R. Miller.
T.R. Miller.
Yes, sir. He's defense coordinator over there.
Yeah, they know how to play ball at T.R.
Yes,
Miller.
sir. They do. So he's there, and I felt, and by talking to him, the love and the emotion that he had for not only coaching but for his kids that he was teaching and coaching. And I've always loved football. I really have. I've loved sports in general, and I felt a trigger hit me one day and said, I don't. This is not what I need to be doing in my life. I need to go do what I love, and that's kind of where it started.
Well, as a coach and as a teacher, I want you to talk about your family, your wife, and I
yes,
know
sir.
There's a lot of support there. She's also an educator.
Yes, sir.
And we'll talk about her and your son.
Right.
And if you will, mention them if you don't mind.
All right. Well, yeah, I married Casey Campbell from Troy. Her parents are Ken and Connie Campbell. Her grandfather and grandmother are Max and Marguerite Hughes. Mm-hmm. A lot of people kind of know them. They've been here for forever.
Forever. Yeah. I've been knowing Mr. Max for a while.
Yes, sir. And
he
he
was in the National Guard too as well.
Okay.
That's
yes,
where
sir.
I first met him, when he was in the National Guard.
Yes, sir. And we met through a mutual friend we had in college, and that's kind of how that started off.
Okay.
And I have a son. We have a son, Campbell.
Campbell.
He's 8, so he's involved in sports and everything. So
let me ask you this. So there was something that triggered me there for a second. Now, Casey was at Charles Center, I know she was teaching English. And
right.
now
yes,
she's
sir.
One of the assistant principals at Enterprise High School.
That's correct.
Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So
yes, sir.
Now your Coach, your program has just you were hired in
May. Late May.
Now your kids are already involved in summer workouts.
Yes, sir.
How many players do you have right now, roughly?
Right now, coming out, we have about 40 something right now.
About 40.
42 to 43.
Yeah. How many seniors do you have? Do you think?
Not many.
Not many. So you're a young squad.
Yes, sir.
Uh-oh.
Most of our guys are I
works.
probably have 5 or 6. And here's the thing: is I kind of came in that are going to be seniors, and when I got there, there was still a lot of kids not on campus. They were virtual,
right?
Or they had already been exempt from final exams. So
you didn't see them.
Right, and so we did what we could, when I got on campus, to scrambling around and trying to meet the kids that were there and trying to get the word out when we were going to have workouts and everything, and trying to have a parent meeting and all that stuff to try to get as many as we could, to come. And it's been very well received so far.
Right. I know where Goshen's located in Pike County. It's in that corner near Crenshaw County.
Yes, sir.
And your kids live all the way to the Montgomery County line. I guess, it's
All the way
a
down
lot of your
towards
players
Spring
live
Hill.
from here to Timbuktu.
Yes, sir.
And
they
it's
do.
not like they live in a little bitty pod like Luverne and Brantley's and Troy's kids.
No,
and
sir.
Brundage's kids. Yours are spread out like
They are.
you open up, what's that little Jack in the Box, whatever it
The
is.
worm, can of worms, they go everywhere.
Yeah. Now, your offense, have you been able to figure out what kind of offense and defense that y'all are working on, or?
Yes, sir.
It's
I say yes and no. We can't ever really tell until you get pads on.
Right.
And, that kind of tells the tale, it always does on what kind of team you're going to have and what you got to do to adapt, around the players. I've always been a firm believer in that. I've ran multiple things as far as a head coach in our offensive system and in some of our defensive systems as well. Last year when I was at Dale County, we ran the triple option, ran the veer midline out of the gun because it's what fit our kids the best.
Right.
And me and the offense coordinator at the time, he kind of came to me with the idea, and I would always love the veer and midline and the triple option. And I said, let's go after it. And, we had to do our homework on it. Doing something that you're not used to, it gets a little scary at times because, with the veer and midline, and you got to go all in. You can't just abandon it, and so, but it worked out well for us, and it was what, we had to do to help make sure our kids were successful, and that's kind of what we're going to do at Goshen.
Have y'all been able to be involved in 7-on-7s yet, or is that coming, or?
Not yet, but we are. We actually are going Wednesday to a OTA at Carroll High School.
What does OTA mean for the audience?
It's organized team activities.
Okay.
You can do, ones-on-one with your skill guys and your O-line, D-line, and you can do 5-on-4 run stuff with, the 5 offensive linemen, 4 defensive linemen, and you can do 7-on-7,
Okay.
and you do kind of like a team, 11-on-11 in helmets.
Okay.
You're not, hitting or anything, but you're kind of fitting up and
Now
running
your
your
coach,
plays.
your coaching staff, have you got that totally set, or have you?
It's
named
almost,
some of you? Okay.
almost set.
Who do you have?
I have
your staff coach?
Corbin Stewart. He's my offensive coordinator and offensive line coach. He's the guy that played at Mississippi State under Dan Mullen when
Did he
was
play
there.
for y'all?
No,
Where did he
sir,
go to high
didn't.
school? Where
He
did he go to
went
high
to Briarwood Christian, actually.
Okay, in Birmingham.
Yes,
I remember
sir.
reading that down.
And then Jeffrey Watley, he was a guy that played for me when I was at Dale County. When I was the defense coordinator there, he was on that 2014 state runner-up team we had.
And he's the one that played at South?
Yes, sir.
So
He
the guy
played
that
at
played
South and
Alabama?
with the Cleveland Browns.
Okay.
And there's a couple other guys that were already on the coaching staff that are going to remain and stay with us. Ian Kimbrough,
I know Ian.
Walter Brown
Okay.
is going to stay. Will Love, Darius Davis is the basketball coach, and he's going to help us coach this year. YZ Rogers is there as well. So that's kind of where we are right now. We got a couple more spots we're wanting to fill.
Hey, Coach, Nate, can y'all put that schedule on the board? I pulled up a schedule from Max Preps. I hope it's correct. Now, your schedule, who do y'all open up with, Coach?
Hopeville.
Hopeville. Is
Yes,
that
sir.
away?
Yes, sir.
Did I see on your schedule you have Hopeville? Is that a jamboree or is that a live game?
That's a real game.
That's on the 20th
Yes,
of
sir.
August.
That's right.
And then you play Ayrton away. That's a non-region game. Both of those are non-region.
Yes, sir.
And then on the 3rd of September, Trinity at home with a region game.
Right.
Then home against Childersburg, region game.
Yes, sir.
Then the 17th of September, Reeltown is away, region. Then Luverne, non-region, that's away in Luverne.
Yes, sir.
Then the 1st of October, you play Dadeville at home, region opponent. On the 8th of October, Pike County away, region opponent. Beulah at home, region opponent. and Montgomery Catholic is a region opponent away.
Yes, sir.
Now, do we know when homecoming is going to be, Coach?
It is going to be Dadeville.
Dadeville on October the 1st.
Yes, sir.
That Friday night.
I'm pretty positive. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure on that.
So, the Coach, the way I'm reading that, you've got 4 home games.
Yes, sir.
So that was a predetermined schedule when you got
It was with COVID. They didn't, Pike County schools didn't play any non-region games.
Right.
And so there were technically forfeits, and the HSA came out this year and said, well, if you forfeited a game that was supposed to be away, then that team gets the home game this year.
Right.
So it kind of.
Now, Coach, did one of those teams win the state or play for the state?
Play for state, Montgomery Catholic.
Montgomery Catholic, and I believe they have one of a big linebacker defensive end that everybody in America wants if he hadn't already committed.
I'm familiar a lot with Montgomery Catholic. They were in our region a lot before they dropped down to 3A when we were in 4A. Trinity as well.
Yeah, well, speaking of reclassification, Coach, when will that come out for next year?
It typically come out around, they usually do it right after Super 7. You'll start hearing about it, and usually around January, around Christmas holidays, around January or so, the reclassifications will come out.
Okay. So, anyway, so it's one of the toughest regions in Alabama, and I know that was the first year Goshen went up to 3A in a while, and then with COVID and had people leaving for whatever reason. But Coach Moore, I want to thank you for coming on the show, and wish you and your family the best of luck. And
yes, sir.
Good luck to the Eagles, the pride of the Purple and Gold, Goshen, Alabama. And their first game is August the 20th at Hopeville.
Yes, sir.
At Hopeville. Are they 2 or 3A?
They're 5A.
They're 5A.
Yes, sir.
And is that in Autauga County?
Yes, sir. I believe so. Yes, sir.
I think they wear green.
They
Well,
do.
thank you, Coach. We
Yes,
appreciate you being on the show.
Thank you.
And ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back in just a minute with our next guest, Tucker Park of the Park Band.
A personal touch, a high level of trust. Whether it's checking and savings accounts, personal or business loans, or our local friendly service. That's what Troy Bank and Trust customers expect. But now we offer more. Free identity theft protection for our new and existing customers, protecting your family's time, money, and good name from identity theft. Because protecting your identity is now a big part of our identity.
If you've had an accident or just want a new look for your vehicle, come see us at Troy Paint and Body, where we do it right the first time. Our staff has more than 100 years combined experience and can handle repairs and paint work on any make or model. We also offer a lifetime guarantee as long as you own your vehicle. Now that shows we stand behind our work. And our 24-hour towing service means we're here when you need us. So come see us at Troy Paint and Body, located on South Brundage Street in Troy beside the post office. Troy Paint and Body, where we may meet by accident, but you'll be glad we did.
This is Barney at Premier Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, and I'm here to nip this sale in the bud.
Hello, folks. This is Greg Anthony, sales manager at Premier Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Troy, Alabama, offering discounts up to $15,000.
Let's nip that.
0% financing up to 72 months.
We gotta nip that.
Barney, $5,000 over Kelly Blue Book for your trade-in.
You're killing the competition.
Barney!
Troy Cable is the leader in smart home security, giving you solutions to monitor, protect, and automate your home. Troy Cable Security keeps your property safe with 24/7 professional monitoring and emergency response. Control thermostats and lighting remotely, which allow options for saving energy and money. Control access to your home remotely with integrated controls for door locks. You can even add our smart home cameras, which allow you to see what you care about instantly. Troy Cable Security. You love them, protect them.
Welcome back to Good News and Interviews with Forrest Lee. Our next guest is Tucker Park of the Park Band, hometown Troy, Alabama.
That's right.
And I ran into Tucker at a gas station a couple of weeks ago, and I said, "Hey, would you like being on my show?" He said, "Yeah."
Love to.
Well,
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
But your hometown is Troy.
That's right. I am from Troy.
And you graduated from
Pilot Lawrence.
what year?
2012.
2012. All right. The question of the day is, how did you begin playing and singing? What, did you start off with a guitar?
Yes. When I was probably 9 or 10, my parents bought me one because I didn't really play sports. I kind of just, I wasn't very good at any of them. So I hate to disappoint you, Coach. But
That's
I
okay.
wasn't
That's okay.
Football.
You'd have been a good archer, probably.
But I did, I played baseball and things like that, but I just wasn't, I was like the last person you pick on the team to play baseball and things like that. So, to get me into something, they bought me a guitar, and I started taking lessons from Johnny Barron, and he taught me so much. He was such a really good, he was a great teacher, and and that's where it all started there, was with Johnny.
Well, I'm going to write that name down. I know Mr. Johnny.
Oh, yeah.
And so, have you ever had singing lessons?
I have not. I tried taking singing lessons. I tried that about halfway through Park Band, just to try to come up with ways to keep my voice healthy. But by the time you start, you're just you already have your routine, so there's no point.
So you started with lessons at age 9.
10,
okay.
roughly,
9 or 10.
Something like
Now,
that.
can you play any instrument besides the guitar?
I can't.
You can't?
Just guitar.
Now, how did the band start, or what was the first band, or where did y'all practice, and who all was the first members, if you can remember all that?
Well, we started, it's kind of ironic because the Park Band started 13 years ago yesterday, so June 27th.
All right.
In 2008 is when we started. And but it started,
What was your first gig?
My first gig was at the Double Branch in Troy, ironically.
You weren't old enough probably to be there.
No, I was 14 actually. So
wow.
They just happened to let me come in there and do that.
Well, who all was there? who all was in the band?
In the band at the time, it was me, my cousin Brantley, of course.
I know Brantley. I taught Brantley.
And then our drummer was Ryan Fennell. My bass player was Mason McClendon. And then, but we didn't have a guitar player. My guitar player originally was going to be Joe Bradley, but
I know Joe Bradley. He went to the University of Alabama, didn't he?
He did.
Yeah,
and,
I know Joe.
His parents didn't want him going in there, which is understandable.
Yeah.
So he didn't play with us that night. But that was our original, who was going to originally be our guitar player. But Jim Lambert came about halfway through our show and just got up and played with us. So
during the show?
During the show, just about.
Now I taught Jim. So that is amazing. So that was 13 years ago. Yesterday, and y'all were at the Double Branch.
That's right. Sure
now, reckon how many shows y'all have played through the years?
Oh my gosh, there's no telling. I mean, we've over just probably the past 5 or 6 years is probably about 100, 120 shows a year, probably something like that. With the exception of last year, of course.
Right.
Unfortunately, but no, we definitely have done at least 100 to 120 shows a year on average.
Well, y'all opened up for the Warehouse.
We did. We did the opening night for them, and that's a great venue. They're awesome there, really good people. The crowd was great. That place is going to be a lot of fun. That's going to be a really good venue for people to go out in.
Right.
For sure.
And so, where did y'all practice? Did y'all practice? Now, did you grow up in Troy?
I did.
Now, Brantley lived in Dugan, right?
Well, Brantley lived in Henderson.
Oh, Henderson.
And
they didn't live where they live now? So I call that Dugan.
I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
You ever heard of Dugan?
I don't know if I have.
Well, Dugan's where he's from. That's what I've always called
I always just said
it.
Henderson.
Well, you go down to the cemetery, Hopewell, and down there on the right.
Yeah, I always just said Henderson. But
yeah, okay.
Coming from my dad,
Henderson.
I guess,
Well, clarify that. I could be wrong. But I remember I had him in school and had Allie.
Yeah.
I didn't have their sister Lauren, but Allie was in school. But I remember Brantley. He was cool, calm, and cute, and
Always.
collective. And
Still is.
he and his wife are in Decatur.
They are.
And they're now playing or singing together, aren't they?
They are. They're doing shows now. You know, Brantley quit in 2017. You know, he has 3 kids now, so that's understandable. You know, he didn't want to be spending most of his nights getting home at 2 a.m. every morning or things like that. And I don't blame him for not wanting to do that. But him and Judith, his wife, yes, they did start doing duo shows together.
Right. Now, does he play or does she play?
He plays and sings. She just sings, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Let's see where we're at now. Let's see. And now, where did y'all practice?
We practiced it in my garage or like in just we called it my game room, so to say. But that was like just the room where we played like, you know, games and things like that. But that's where we practiced most of the time. But, you know, we really didn't have much practice, honestly. Once we started playing, you know, we just kind of kept playing shows and we played the same songs and just kind of got used to it, you know.
Right. Well, I tell you what, I've heard you a few times, and the part band. Now, is that because 2 of y'all were parts, or were there more than 2 of y'all parts?
No, it was just me and Brantley. I remember me and Brantley riding around one night, and I just asked him. I said, "You want to start a band?" And he said, "Sure." I said, "I guess we could just call it part band."
Now, what's the age difference between y'all 2?
4 years.
You're older?
He's older.
He's older. Okay. Well, I didn't know.
I'm the youngest.
So now your family, are you married?
I am. I got married in 2019.
What's her name?
Ashley Park.
Ashley. Well, what was her maiden name?
Tombrello. She's originally from Alabaster, Alabama.
Okay. Did y'all meet here in Troy?
We did.
Okay.
She went to Troy.
Okay. Pronounce that last name.
Tombrello.
Tombrello. Okay. And she's from Birmingham,
right.
Alabaster. Okay. Now, you've been playing for almost 13 years. What are some of your favorite places that you've played at that that stands out that you've played at?
You know, I as far as in Troy goes, I love the Warehouse right now, obviously because we just played there. But I'm telling you, that's going to be a really good venue for Troy for people to actually go out and have a good time and enjoy themselves.
And it's a good place for a band to play.
It is.
Okay.
It is. It's very nice. And, you know, of course, I've always liked the Sky Bar in Auburn. We played there for years.
Okay.
You know, there's just so many places that we played we just loved. I've done a wedding before at the Alabama Theater in Birmingham.
Okay, I've heard that's a beautiful place.
No, it was beautiful. Beautiful. It was so nice. It was probably one of the nicer venues we've ever played in, that's for sure.
Well, y'all need to find you a couple of Cadillacs. Or what is those Lincolns is it Adam Levine? I tell you what, I love that video. Of course, of course, we'd play that song. And of course, Abby's in charge of the radio when she was little and younger, teenager, even now. But I can remember we were going to Georgia to visit Jody's parents, and that song was played over and over again, Sugar.
Oh, yeah.
And so it was on my mind, so I'm going in Cracker Barrel to the restroom, and I'm singing Sugar. And then a couple of guys come around the corner in the stalls. I said, it was just on my mind. But,
yeah, I mean, you can just playing that on a Saturday at a wedding, that's for sure.
That is a neat one. And you have a wedding this weekend.
We do.
And we'll go ahead and mention their names. It's going to be, let's see, I can see him. Hold on.
Tyler and Presley.
Tyler and Zeston and Presley are getting married in Birmingham. And you'll be there.
That's right.
And congratulations, Tyler. And maybe there, we got an invitation and we hope to make it, but there may be some other things coming up. Abby will be doing the photography there.
Good.
But, and I believe I saw y'all play in Columbus when one of the Barron girls got married.
We did. Yeah, that's right.
Y'all were in Columbus,
right.
Downtown Columbus.
We played for Carly's wedding.
Yeah, and that's a beautiful area of Columbus.
Yeah, that was great.
I dropped Abby off earlier that morning, then I rode around Columbus and went to Fort Benning, and I ate at a nice restaurant down there, Italian restaurant, but that downtown area is kind of like Troy is, their downtown area is rocking now, and it's coming. It has turned the corner, and it's kind of exciting to be in downtown Troy. And about a month or so ago, I saw y'all playing downtown.
We did.
On the square.
That's something else that we love. I love those downtown band parties on the square, and it's just because I love idea of it being just all ages and everybody just enjoys themselves and comes together and just has fun. And that's one of my favorite things to do, just because there's a lot of people there that we know. And we honestly get a little nervous because you want to do good for everybody that you know.
Yeah, it's kind of like if you're playing for somebody you know in a wedding.
Yeah, right. I mean, it's so weird. I don't get nervous playing for strangers, but when it's people that I know, it's like I want it to be good. I want them to enjoy themselves.
And the unique thing about downtown Troy, there's so many places that you can eat.
Oh, there is.
Or bring your own picnic and just come and go and just whatever.
For sure.
It's just a very, very nice place. And let's see, have you got another downtown thing coming up?
I do. It'll be the night before the Troy homecoming game.
Okay.
So that would be, I believe, November 11th or 12th.
Okay, something like that. I have to look it up. I don't have it in front of me.
But it's definitely the night before the homecoming game this year in November.
On a Friday night.
Right.
Okay. All right, let's see. Now, I'm going to ask you this question. Of the gigs that you've played, I say gigs, is there one that kind of you don't have to name the place or anything. Was there one that was kind of, this just didn't work out?
Oh, gosh. There might be too many of those to count, to be honest with you.
But is it the venue or the people, or it just
you just never know. Sometimes it can be the people, sometimes it can be the venue. When we started in 2008, I mean, we were playing in some places that were, pretty rough, and places that I probably
like the Blues Brothers.
Yeah, seriously, that's kind of how it was. And keep in mind, I'm 15 years old, and luckily, thank you to my parents for letting me be in those places and to be able to do what we do now. But that was those are definitely around that time. There was definitely a lot of
because parents had to go with y'all, probably,
right?
Yeah, and be there as sponsors or whatever, and lookouts and bouncers or whatever. But since you were underage, they had to be there with you. Let's see. Now, how did you? Well, I'll get to that question later. Now, when y'all go on a trip, how do y'all go? Cars, vans, or
cars and vans? We used to have a van. We've gone through probably 3 vans, and just had too many transmission problems, so we changed to an F-250. So we actually, because the one thing that we have to make sure of is that we actually get there. So that's the worst, is when you
and then you have a travel thing
trailer,
with all your gear in it and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
So you have a F-250. Then how many members are in the band now?
It is a 5-piece band with 6 crew members, so a sound guy with us.
Okay. So do all 6 of y'all fit in the vehicle, or do y'all take 2?
We don't. We usually take 2.
Okay.
2 vehicles.
Okay. Just thought I'd ask that question.
Yeah.
Now, want to ask you to mention your parents' name, if you don't mind.
Yeah, Dennis and Carla Park.
And how did they encourage you to just?
Well, they were actually very encouraging. Like I said, when I was 9 or 10, they said that the idea was, you don't play sports, and I was like, yeah, I guess you're right. I guess I could, play guitar or something, do something like that. And they bought me a guitar, and they were very encouraging. And like I said, took me to Johnny, and then, and years later, when Park Band started when I was 14, again, in that situation, they were very encouraging because, to be able to do what I do now, I would have had to go into, bars at that age, or,
right.
And, play all these different events and things like that. And they were always very encouraging on, just go out there and do it. And then, luckily, we picked up some steam. And by the time I was graduating high school, my dad said, you weren't all into school. So just, continue doing what you're doing with Park Band. And I think you'll do well at it. So just continue doing that. And I'm glad he did, because, we wouldn't be able to stay as busy as we are had that not been the case. So.
Hey, Nate, if you will, start going through those pictures of the Park Band, if you will. If he's up there. Hey, Nate, can you start? There we go. All right, there's a good picture right there.
Oh, yeah.
There's Jim.
That's right.
And hold it right there, if you will. Are those the current members?
That is. That's the current
from left to right.
You got, of course, myself. James Geiler is my bass player right there beside me. He's from Dothan, Alabama originally. Okay. And then you got Jim right there in the middle. There's Jonathan Young. We call him JY, or Big J, is like we call him. But he's the guy in the suit jacket. He's originally from Athens, Alabama. He's our drummer, and then our keyboard player at the end there is Tanner Jackson.
Okay.
And he's from Bainbridge, Georgia.
Bainbridge, Georgia. And y'all all found each other in Troy?
We did.
Okay.
Sure did.
If you'll keep running through them, where is this at?
That is at the beach ball drop in Orange Beach at the wharf.
Okay.
That's probably easily the biggest crowd we've ever played for.
Okay.
That's for sure.
All right. And where is this same place?
That's actually the front porch.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I usually take a picture of the crowd just about every show.
Oh, you're taking a picture now,
yeah,
aren't you?
That's right. So that we do that and put it up on our Instagram and Twitter and Facebook and all that stuff.
Well, how can people book the Park Band? How can they get in touch with
they
you?
can either go to theparkband.com or we do all of our booking exclusively through the Music Garden, which is a company out of Montgomery.
Okay.
And they have booked bands for years since the 90s and are just some of the best people to work with. So we were very fortunate to pick up with them. They keep us very busy, but you can either go through theparkband.com or just reach out to Music Garden directly.
Now, do you have another job that you do?
I do. I book for them as well.
Okay.
I book weddings. I don't work the Troy campus. The guy that works the Troy campus, his name is Dobbins Cosby. But I do book all the bands for the Mississippi State, Ole Miss, and LSU campuses.
Wow. Have y'all played at all those?
We have.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, there's Jim Lambert. There's some of y'all there. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's for our wedding promotional video.
Okay. Where's this at?
That's the Sky Bar in Auburn. I think that was on New Year's one year, if I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
We've done New Year's there for probably 10 years.
All right. Well, listen, we're going to take a quick break, and then when we come back, he's going to sing a song for us.
Let's do it.
And we'll be back in just a minute with good news and interviews with Forrest Lee and Tucker Park.
A personal touch, a high level of trust. Whether it's checking and savings accounts, personal or business loans, or our local friendly service. That's what Troy Bank and Trust customers expect. But now we offer more. Free identity theft protection for our new and existing customers, protecting your family's time, money, and good name from identity theft. Because protecting your identity is now a big part of our identity.
Attention! Attention! PremierTroy.com. We want your trade. We'll buy your car. Whether you purchase a vehicle from us or not. Pre-owned car values are at an all-time high. Trade your car for cash or a new vehicle. It's your choice. Premier wants your car. Nobody beats a Premier deal. Nobody!
If you've had an accident or just want a new look for your vehicle, come see us at Troy Paint and Body, where we do it right the first time. Our staff has more than 100 years combined experience and can handle repairs and paint work on any make or model. We also offer a lifetime guarantee as long as you own your vehicle. Now that shows we stand behind our work. And our 24-hour towing service means we're here when you need us. So come see us at Troy Paint and Body, located on South Brundage Street in Troy beside the post office. Troy Paint and Body, where we may meet by accident, but you'll be glad we did.
Troy Cable is the leader in smart home security, giving you solutions to monitor, protect, and automate your home. Troy Cable Security keeps your property safe with 24/7 professional monitoring and emergency response. Control thermostats and lighting remotely, which allow options for saving energy and money. Control access to your home remotely with integrated controls for door locks. You can even add our smart home cameras, which allow you to see what you care about instantly. Troy Cable Security. You love them, protect them.
Where should you go to find the best deals on a vehicle? Anywhere, anytime? PremierTroy.com. Shop our huge selection. PremierTroy.com. Pick your next vehicle. Pick your payment. Yes. Shop, save, and buy. PremierTroy.com. Nobody beats a Premier deal. Nobody.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Good News and Interviews. We have Tucker Park. And Tucker, some of your favorite musicians that have inspired you are who?
Rob Thomas from Matchbox 20, Chris Robinson from the Black Crows, and then probably Bob Seger.
Bob Seger.
Yeah, I enjoy Bob Seger. I like old classic stuff. So,
Okay.
and I grew up listening to, what the people consider yacht rock. So, Ambrosia, Christopher Cross, Michael McDonald with the Doobie Brothers. That's what my dad and my mom listened to.
All right,
growing
Christopher
up.
Cross played at Troy University, and Troy University used to have concerts every quarter in Sartain Hall.
We need something like that again.
We
probably.
need to bring it back.
We do.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tucker Park.
Let's do Bob Seger.
All right.
This is Night Moves for you. So a little too tall, accused a few pounds. Tight pants points, hollering down. She's a black-haired beauty with big dark eyes. Born her own, sitting way up high. Way firm and high. Out past school bills for the woods got heavy. Out in the backseat of my 60 Chevy. Working on mysteries without any clues. Working on a night moves. Trying to make some front page driving news. Working on a night moves. In the summertime. Ooh, in the sweet summertime. We were in love, no far from it. We were searching for something high in the sky, something. We were just young and restless and bored, living by the shore. We steal away every chance we could to the back room, the alley, or the trusty woods. I used her, she was me, but neither one cared. We were getting our share, working on a night moves, trying to make some awkward teenage blues, working on a night moves. Thank you.
Woo!
Appreciate it.
Good night. That was fantastic.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I tell you what, I feel like this is unbelievable. And, I've had 3 singers on here, but they get better each time. I love all of them. I had Kathy Stockstill first.
Oh, yeah.
And I had Kat Deal. And, Kathy will be a senior at Pike Liberal Arts. And Kat graduated with Abby from Charles Henderson, and she's about to graduate from Troy University.
That's awesome.
And Kat does guitar lessons at Flat Tops and Fiddles.
Oh, that's great.
And we got Tucker Park from the Park Band right here in Troy, Alabama. There are a bunch, a plethora of artists in this area.
Oh, there definitely is. That's for sure.
It'd be.
No
I
doubt.
wish we could just have a big concert at Troy University in the arena and feature all the local artists that we have.
Oh,
Lenny
that's
Trawick, the Park Band, and have about 10 people on stage. The Meredith brothers.
Right.
I mean,
they're both fantastic.
Yeah. And there's another one right there. Nate Brasted's another one too. And but it's unbelievable. And I want to thank you for coming on the show.
Oh, no, thank you for having me. I appreciate
We're
it.
tickled to have you. And ladies and gentlemen, if you need a gig, go to that website that we showed earlier. And the replays will be on Wednesday nights from 8 till 9 o'clock at night. You can go to Facebook. You can go to search TC2, Good News and Interviews, the Park Band. There's how you can get up with them at Music Garden. There's the number, 1-800-689-BAND, or at the Park Band. I mean, it's there. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for Good News and Interviews. And I want to thank Coach Moore. Thank you, Tucker.
Thank you.
Next week's guest, we're looking at Jennifer and Duncan Lindsay, and she's an artist that paints during weddings, and he's a videographer here. They're a married couple and have 3 beautiful kids. They're at the beach right now. But we'll be back next week for good news and interviews with Forrest Lee. Thank you for joining us.